I was supposed to be dead by midnight, but I couldn't let my ex think he was the reason. Some people stay for hope, some stay for love, and some of us, we stay because we're petty, pissed off, and not about to let these win. This isn't your typical mental health content. No soft piano, no life coach advice, just real stories about the dumb, random, strangely human things that made someone not go through with it. They had the plan, the method, the goodbye note, but one dumb, random human thing stopped them. Welcome to episode 1 of I Stayed Because. The first story is not because of him.
It sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but the only thing that stopped me that night was the thought of my ex thinking he caused it. I could see him in my head, smug as hell, telling people I couldn't live without him. No, I don't care if I was crying for 6 hours straight, shaking like a damn leaf, barely able to breathe. I couldn't give that man the satisfaction, so I stayed. Out of spite, out of rage, out of the last tiny flicker of self-respect that screamed, not because of him. And you know what? That was enough.
You'd think heartbreak kills, but sometimes it's the only thing keeping you alive. This one, she stayed just to make sure he didn't get the last word. The second story is the rotten rice.
I'd written the note. I'd cleaned my room. I took a shower because I didn't want my body to smell when they found me. I sat on the edge of my bed, crying, waiting for it to feel right. Then I remembered I'd left a pot of rice on the counter 3 days ago. It was probably molding, and for some reason I couldn't stand the thought of my mom walking in and smelling that. I got up to throw it out. I was supposed to do it quickly, but I started scrubbing the pot, then the stove, and then I just didn't go back.
This one gets me every time. She was ready. Everything was planned. Then she remembered a stupid pot of rice molding in the kitchen, and that changed everything. The third story is the Instagram password.
I didn't leave because I couldn't remember my Instagram password. I wanted to delete my account so people wouldn't message me after, but the password wouldn't work. I tried resetting it, and it just made me mad. I sat there furious, like really mad, for the first time in weeks. I hadn't felt anything in days. That stupid app brought me back to life for 10 minutes, and it was enough to delay everything else.
He didn't want people DMing after he was gone, tried to delete his account, couldn't remember the password. What happened next? Anger turned into survival. The fourth story is the one who'd find me.
I had everything ready, the note, the time, the method. I had even planned the playlist, and then out of nowhere I had this thought. My mom's going to be the one who finds me. It hit me like a punch in the stomach. I pictured her unlocking my door, calling my name, getting quieter when I didn't answer. I saw her face in my mind, not crying, just confused, like her brain couldn't understand what her eyes were seeing. And then I pictured her screaming. I couldn't do that to her. I couldn't be the reason she stopped sleeping. I couldn't let the last memory she has of me be that. So I stayed. Not because I wanted to. Not because I believed anything would get better. Just because I love my mom more than I hate myself.
This one's quiet, but it cuts deep. She didn't stay because she wanted to. She stayed because she realized who would find her body, and she couldn't do that to her. The fifth story is the new sponge.
I just bought a new sponge that morning. One of those expensive ones that doesn't smell after 3 washes. I still remember. Blue with a white stripe. I was standing in the bathroom holding pills, and I thought that sponge was $1. I haven't even opened it yet. I put the pills down. I walked out, and that sponge is still on my sink. I use it every day now. I call it my $1 reason.
This one's oddly beautiful. She bought a sponge, an inexpensive one, hadn't even used it yet, and that tiny, stupid piece of foam reminded her she still had things left undone. The sixth story is, I couldn't let my enemies win.
I've got enemies, not like cartoon villains, but real people who clap if I disappear. And some nights, when I'm damn near empty, like hollow empty, the only thing that keeps me breathing is the thought of those motherfuckers outliving me. I can't have that. I've taken L's, sure, but I'll be damned if I let my story end while they're still out there liking each other's beach photos. So I stay, out of spite, out of pure pettiness, and some sick part of me finds strength in that. Some days, revenge is just staying alive longer than the people who tried to bury you.
Hate is a hell of a thing, but sometimes it's the only pulse you've got left. This one didn't stay for peace. He stayed to outlive every single one of them. The seventh story is The Stranger in the Queue.
A woman behind me at the pharmacy dropped her wallet. I picked it up for her. She looked at me like I was the kindest person in the world. She didn't know I had painkillers in my hand. She just smiled and said, "People like you make the world feel safer." I stood there like I'd been slapped. How could she think that about me? That sentence just kept repeating in my head the whole walk home. I flushed the pills. Most people are saved by the stupidest, smallest, most inconvenient things. That's what makes it real. You're allowed to stay for no good reason. You're allowed to stay just because.
Sometimes it's not family, not friends, but a stranger who says one sentence, and your soul decides to stay. This one happened in a pharmacy line. She never even knew what she saved. If you've ever almost gone but didn't, tell us what stopped you. Not the pretty reason, the real one. Please subscribe, like, and share.